Welcome everyone. Welcome into our happy hour. We are here today with Simon and myself, Mathieu, from The Cycle. We have a special guest for you today. We have Stéphane Lenglin. Welcome, Stéphane.
Hello, Stéphane.
Yeah, it's so good to be able to make the first ever happy hour. It's a concept that we took time to craft with Simon. And the overall idea of the happy hours will be to different topics. Mainly we will try to support the community, support you at home, wherever you are, with your project, with your portfolio, with your application. We know how hard it is. We have been there, Simon has been there, Stéphane has been there.
Well.
And what we try to do today is to break a little bit the boundaries. We want you to be first comfortable. We will be reviewing some portfolio project and some interesting profile from our community. And Simon, I think we can already...
I think we can start. I would love to present you Stéphane, but I guess he will do it even better than me. So I will leave the mic to Stéphane first with our special guest today.
Thank you for the introduction. Thank you for the invitation also. Happy to be here for this first test portfolio review, we can say. Some maybe people will know me already. So I'm Stéphane Lenglin, actually exterior designer working at Porsche, so in Germany. I've been student also, like a couple of you guys also at ISD back in the days. Been studying 5 years there and then graduated there in 2011, so it's a long time ago. So it's been happening quite a lot of stuff for me since then. Starting my career like everybody, internship, which make big difference. Good internship, and for that then you need a good portfolio to find good internship. So that's why we're here also today. And so I started my career in Volkswagen, where I meet those guys, and
Yes.
after moved on to the chance to work a bit at Bugatti for a couple of years, 4.5 years, which make my first pass in the design world, and I start to make connection and know the right people to make the next move, which I am now since now almost 8 years, so it's been a long time. So.
Oh, yeah.
Time you left us.
We have some of your... we couldn't have the rear car with us today, Stéphane. Your car, you know. But we have the small model, the Hot Wheels one. So
The
small
The
one.
black one.
But we will talk about it maybe later. Do you have some expectation about what we will be seeing today? Because as you mentioned, today it's mainly portfolios that we received. What do you expect about this time together?
I don't know, to be honest. I mean, Simon briefed me a little bit about that. I received the 3 portfolio, which we're gonna have a look together. I look at them a bit to have my first opinion for sure, to don't be completely ignorant about what I'm gonna see. No, let's see. I'm just
You're keen to give your best tips and tricks.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know teaching. It would be, I think, it's nice to have opinion for somebody like us or like me, which is already in the industry and want to share and want to help those who are not inside too, because I think we were also in this situation where we need this kind of push up, and which sometimes you get, sometimes you don't get. So if you have the possibility to have it, then it's nice. Yeah.
Cool.
Nice.
Cool, Stéphane. Do you want to add something, Simon?
Yeah, I wanted to ask you before we start diving into the portfolio, if you can share 1-2 highlights of your career, just for to inspire a bit the community and to have a bit more information.
You mean highlight a project I was working on?
Highlights.
Yeah,
highlights. It can be anything.
Yeah.
It can be projects. It can be anything.
The people
else.
that you met can be milestone of events that you made with Porsche or without Porsche.
I'm a car designer, I'm a car freak. I love designing cars. So I won't lie to you if I would say highlight would be a project I have been working on, and I had the chance to be working for 2 really huge car industry brands. So and I have been part of some cool projects, like for example at Bugatti, I have not been the designer for the Chiron, but I've been part of it, and being just as a young designer, able to be in the process of the development of the car, it was already a great honor, and you learn a lot from the others. So this is pretty cool, and I would say this was my first highlight, and for sure when I started working at Porsche, when you win your first project, when you are the designer of it, and I would say the GT3, that you show it, the 992. I won't say I'm not proud of it, but I'm really proud of it, to be honest.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's true. It's not so bad.
You have to be humble sometimes, but it's part of our job, you know. We're, as a kid, we are drawing cars, and then when you arrive at this point, when this is Hot Wheels and this is something you design, something is coming from your sketch, then it's have no value. I mean, this is
I was
the circle is closed.
Yeah, I was also so excited. I remember the time when I saw it into my local shop, you know, and I remember sending you just a picture of it. Hey, Stéphane, did you saw it? It's real now. Your kid will be able to play. And we had this common euphoria together. Was such a cool moment also to be able to witness this.
Yeah, actually, since then, all the time when I'm going to those shops, I will not name the shop, but I always try to have a look if there's still some left. So I managed to get a couple of them. I would say around 10 or 15, and I have 2 left at home because I give it as present. It's always good. But all the time when I found one, it was a task also for my son to try to grab one of those. So he knew it about it already.
Yeah, it became a game, a cool game, a cool gimmick.
Thank you, Stéphane, for those highlights. I guess it can be inspiring and motivating for the youngs,
and the older one also.
Yeah, and the older one as well. So thank you, Stéphane, for this. Let's dive into the portfolios.
Yeah.
Let's start with the first one.
Yeah, I think the first one is Maxime. Maxime is a French student coming from Rubica.
Yes, he's studying at Rubica, where we were studying.
Yeah, exactly.
Me, you, Stéphane. So yes, Maxime was doing like 5 years in master design, in automotive design. So his dream was always to, become like exterior designer. So he still have this as a first goal to really like become exterior designer. But he did some of experience, especially one designing a cockpit for planes, and he quite liked it, and it did open new horizon for him, so he can also project himself into different role or fields as interior design. Something we can reply to us also, Stéphane. I just would like to know what do you expect, or what are you looking, you know, when you receive portfolios? What is really important for you as an exterior designer?
When you have the 15 portfolio like this on the table, and what you watch first for?
This is actually a really good question, because first of all, we have when we are looking for intern or also new employee, usually our chief are coming and show us some portfolio. So we receive like every year really a lot of portfolio, and so we are kind of used to go through the portfolio really quickly. And this is kind of our job, I would say, because I've seen so much portfolio now, and I kind of know what I want. It's a bit strange to say like that, but it's what I explain also to the student when we have this career modeling stuff. The portfolio have to be unique, you know. It have to have in the first impression something different than the other one at first, you know, as a first page. Then you want to have a look inside somehow, and then. I would say it's the first connection is really important, you know, and also having on the first page, which is sadly it's not a critique, but on the one for Maxime, because I had him also on the career modeling, so I know a bit of his work, and to have the CV at the beginning is also important, because sometimes even we are not starting to look inside the portfolio, we are checking what is the background of the person we're gonna have a look at, you know, what he has done. And this is actually at the end of this portfolio, really at the end. So this is something I think I told him already when I had a review with him.
A good information we could have as well is how many time do you spend per portfolio?
It really depends because, like I say, if a portfolio have something different than the other one, which is unique, then I and the other designer, we're gonna spend more time for sure because it's, we are human. We need some visual impact. It's just pictures, and it doesn't have to be too charged or not enough. It has to be, I don't know, it's the right balance. It's a lot of work because it's a lot of years. You are starting in the first years of your studying to do your first portfolio, and over the years you are improving it to make it as efficient as possible for the people who are watching it. And and you can really feel when it's somebody you receive a portfolio from somebody which is a bit younger than the other one which have less experience. You can really see on the first side on the portfolio.
Definitely. Maybe Stéphane, you can, because you know a little bit the portfolios. Maybe you can tell us like which projects, especially from Maxime, did attract you the most. Maybe we can dive into this one.
Or where you want to give the most feedback also.
Yes.
I will say the first one and the last one, the one from Alfa Romeo, I kind of like it because it's again the same. It's depend where you're sending the portfolio to, who you're gonna touch. Because I love the brand Alfa Romeo. Maybe there were some people they won't like it.
You had one.
Yeah,
you had
one.
Alfa Romeo.
I love Italian cars, to be honest, and that's why I will take time because I'm saying, it's interesting me because I like this brand, so I want to see what he's gonna do with it. And the first impression also from his way to present the project, I think it's pretty cool. He have this fashion inspiration in the beginning, like with the dress, and I was like, it's gonna be cool, it's kind of elegant. Let's see what's coming after. And I think it's a good approach. It's a good sense of grabbing the people who are gonna watch the portfolio. And in the beginning, like for example, this is really something, the page where you asked before. Yeah. This one, I kind of really like it because he really take the idea of the corset on the wife or on the woman, and try to reinterpret it for the car, to bring the emotion. And I think it's kind of cool. And if you go after further, I think I had also the portfolio. Yeah, the way it's developing the stuff is pretty interesting. I'm a bit, to be honest, I will not say not happy about the final result. I will say he could have go further, but I had the feeling he was a bit afraid somehow to go too far away with this first ID, and he lost a bit the concept at the end, because when you go at the end, the car is black, it's not red anymore, and you don't have anymore. You have only on this top view a bit this ID, but not so much. I would love that he push even more because the idea is pretty cool. It's a good concept, and you have good visual at the end. So you should not be shy to really push his students. So he should not be shy to really push the idea further and see what he's capable of.
So just to make a break and also give it to our audience, I think the first advice that you can take from this a few minutes of discussion with Stéphane is that don't be shy. I mean, you have a story to tell. And it needs to be not just inside your head. Don't be shy to really put it on the paper. Do like Maxime, where he started with his, I think, his inspiration with fashion. But here it's where we are pointing. If you start telling a story, it's like when you meet someone. Finish the story. Don't leave, like Stéphane was. Don't leave us alone after. And you will see, no matter the level of the sketch at the end. What we want is to say, okay, take me by the hand, drive me inside your story, and at the end of the story, I want to stay with the feeling that your inspiration brings. So I try to make a small resume about a little bit the feeling that Stéphane had when it's true. At the end, it's a little bit something we're missing. I kind of like Stéphane. The emotion that he tried to bring in his render here, and maybe he could have maybe also play this card, of is it on the carrosserie, the dress, or reworking. And sometimes it's the problem of the 3D. We feel limited by the visualization or the softwares, and the emotion is a little bit lost.
Yes, and to me, like. I would like to know also what you are thinking, Stéphane, about like the way to present it. what do you think? Like there is like enough visuals, or is it like structure enough?
I think yeah, this is what I take some note actually today. I was looking at the portfolio and I like the way all of these three projects are presented. You know, you have the beginning with the his idea, his concept, inspiration, what you want to do, like with the dress, but also for the Audi project, the first one, you know, you have its inspiration with architecture and stuff like that. So you know from the first page where you want to go. And after you have the sketches. I love sketches. So I'm happy to see sketches. I mean, all designer, if you put hand sketches, is the best. You should not be shy of putting hand sketches, like small doodle. They are the best. It's what they are showing the emotion. We are still designer. I know there is so much tools now, 3D, like intelligent artificial stuff, but the essence of designer, it's drawing, guys. Don't lose that. Really, don't be shy to put sketches. Instead, if the perspective is a bit wrong, doesn't matter. It has to be, the idea has to be there. And this is for me really good how you present it, because like I say, you have the concept, you have a part of sketch, and you see the development of it, how he's trying to explore. I think the Audi project is a bit better than the Alfa Romeo one for this point of view, because you see, spend more time, he start to understand, and he push his concept further and further and further, and bring new ideas on it. And I'm happy because usually when the sketch are cool and after you have a bit of Photoshop, they are getting even better, and the 3D after it's really what you wanted to, then it's accomplished. And I think at the end, the visual, the last ones, when it's like kind of 3D, it's kind of paper, those one, I think this is cool. I will say this is, he went till the end on this project, the proportions are correct. I mean, I know it's 3D, it could be further for the details, for sure, it's a student project, but the base is there, and this one is more accomplished. That's why I think it put it at the first place on the portfolio.
Super.
Yes.
I think we are about to maybe close. I don't know if you want to add something, Simon?
Not really. I think what Stéphane said is really, I'm really aligned with it. You know, like the sketch is like kind of the intention and the emotion, and the real job for designers is to kind of translate this intention into a tangible product. So when you have all those phases into the presentation, and then you did success to translate your emotion into concrete product, then you become a good designer.
I think Maxime was also quite smart, especially in the Alfa Romeo project, where he presented also his sketch, differently, also inside a little book. I think this is also a good trick to don't be frustrated just to put sketch on the white blank canvas, but give a little bit of life to the sketch. It's something that I always push anyone to do, and also in the professional world, I always push the colleague to say, hey, be a little bit more smart, put your sketch into also a scenery.
You are the one for this.
I'm the master. I mean, I will give you some secret.
A master class.
Yeah, exactly, a master class how to benefit from all the sketch that you made. But I think Maxime, definitely go for it way more. I want to see it also into the Audi project, how you install the sketch. Stéphane, I think it's something which is hard for every student to present their sketch, or every people who sketch to present their sketch into a PDF, so hard.
Yeah.
Good reactions.
Give us a trick. Give us a trick. Give us your secret. How you will if you will have to put all your sketch from the GT3, for example, into a presentation, how you will showcase them.
You don't need to put all of them. You have to put some key sketch and sketches that they're the best. But I think like on Sketchbook, it's pretty cool. Or also on the Audi project, when you mix them with a bit of doodle ideas. I think it have to be like how they are, or it's inside the head. You don't need to have only sketches. It will be too strange when it's only end sketches. It have to be mixed with the inspiration what you have. Then it's the way of the process, how you was thinking, like for example here, when start to think how the section, or here a bit of doodle, here a bit of 3D, a bit of explication, and I think it's pretty cool. It's just you have the feeling to be inside his head somehow, you understand more.
agree on this one.
Yeah.
Are you guys
Nice.
ready for the next one?
Yes, I think we can conclude.
I just wanted to add something.
Oh yeah, please.
Maybe you can cut it, maybe you will cut it or not cut it. It's a comment which I told him already at the beginning. It's the first page of his portfolio.
Yeah.
I'm sorry for that, it's a bit negative. This is, I would say it's a professional portfolio. You are looking for a job or for an internship. And when you put on your first page that you're a funny guy, it's nice. And you
Yeah.
like cat. I love cat too,
This
I have
one.
two at home. This is not professionally in my eyes. This is just
Yeah.
my personal opinion. This is something cool. You can talk to the people and explain it, but to put it as a first page on the portfolio, professional
Yeah.
portfolio, it doesn't belong there.
I think you're right to mention this one.
Yes.
I believe, for an example, in this case, just the black, frame with this little bit of text will make the job. Because if you really want to focus into what is saying the story, I'm more attracted by I try to see what he's doing. I see some funny stuff. But I think if you really want people to read his text, I would definitely take this square, put it in the middle, and just leave it like this, like a little bit minimalistic art,
Yes, like a book.
Yeah, like a book.
Yeah.
Really, because it chooses the format of the magazine. So I believe, Maxime, you had this idea also to print it, maybe. Printing is always cool when you apply. I have a lot of leaders who told me when I received the printed version and it's really well printed, I feel so touched by it.
Yes, I think there is a lesson there also compared to what you said just before, is to really select all the visuals. You should, even before like selecting the sketches and the visuals you will put into your portfolio, is write down the story first, and then you know exactly why you need this kind of visuals, and then you will not lose any time to put all the sketches on the pages. You will put the right one at the right moment for the right message.
Yeah. Stop. I think we should, first of all, thanks Maxime for sending us and his trust. Thank you so much, Maxime, and we know that you will go in the right direction, and we hope all the best.
And
for you.
something important, you were the first one sharing his portfolio in the cycle happy hour story.
This is true.
So Maxime, this will stay forever.
Yeah, definitely. Thanks, Maxime, and let's dive into the second one.
Sean is really talented as an exterior designer, but he has also different skills because he did study before exterior design, visual communication, and I guess people will see it looking at his portfolio, and also interaction. So it's pretty interesting, and he believed that the aesthetic, cars and products start to be beautiful when there is a real philosophy behind. So I think his approach is quite true. I think Mathieu, you will share this thinking because you are really into branding and storytelling. Yeah. And this is what Sean like also. Yeah,
it's the first good things that I want to say about Sean. It's like again and again I was again reading his story here on my phone to not lie, because I really like how he also put his philosophy. And this is something that we take good care. When you send us your portfolio or your project where you need support, always put us a little bit of the background story, and don't be shy about it. We really take good care to read it and try to understand, and not just get blind by the visual. But do you want to put first the video to Stéphane? Or?
Maybe we can. I like to just watch the video. This
okay.
Dive us into the mood,
Stéphane,
and then we can go on the spot.
I just share with you the video so first. Normally you should see a black screen with the player, and I just shut my mouse, and I hope my computer will stay with us.
Supersonic, my existence can't resist it, can't resist it. Supersonic.
So yeah, Stéphane, tell us about your first impression when you did dive into this portfolio. I like to see and I like to hear.
My first impression is wow, it's really a lot, really complete. It's really professional. It was my first impression. I was like, oh, it's gonna be cool. But after, I don't know if it's the teaser portfolio or if it's the final portfolio.
A good question.
This one is a teaser. I think you are on the teaser.
Okay, because I'm missing some stuff inside the portfolio, to be honest. Like the first stuff, what I said before, there is not a single sketch inside this portfolio. So I was a bit disturbed because I was like, oh, yeah, this is the only page. This is the only page where is sketch. The only page on the whole portfolio. And I was a bit disturbed. What he's looking for? Is he a visualization guy? It's really good. Videos, storyboard, 3D. Or is it an exterior designer? And I was a bit, this was my first impression. It was everything is cool, but what he has done, what is the concept behind all of each project? Yes. It's a lot of beautiful visual, but that's why asking if it's a teaser or not a teaser, it's missing something. And that those page where it's writing the storyboard, in design, we don't need that. We are not doing visualization. We're doing exterior design or interior design. You need IDs. You need to this page with the you know what I mean. All the vignettes about the video. You can put a link to the video, but this is not this one, for example.
Definitely, but can you check if you're on the teaser or on the portfolio?
I can check.
Definitely, Stéphane, you did receive the teaser. And I think it's quite different. Teaser. If you go to the portfolio, you have some sketches.
Okay.
But your impression, this is one of the critique I will give to his portfolio, but also to main of the portfolio I see is that too much visuals is not good at all. It's like choose your visuals and put the right one. Again,
if people want to see more when you're inside, you can show more. There will be more time, but in the first, it's a portfolio. It's a visit card. It has to be synthetic.
Yes, and I like to have also your opinion on it. To me, like when you send the first portfolio should be like there is not everything in it.
Yeah.
But you should just have like attract the people to kind of come to speak with you. And then you have an interview and there you show more behind the stage, then you are like kind of VIP viewer.
Yeah, but it's cool. And I think for you, Shen, and for all of you there, with Stéphane, we got the real experience, or we are living it when we receive, a little zip folder through the email. We have, a video and 2 PDF. We open, the first PDF, and with Stéphane, we made the same experience, and now we need to open the second PDF. So be sure about also what you send also digitally, that it's the right balance. I think the comment of Stéphane is will be now a little bit different with the food portfolio.
No, it's good to see that now, because my worry was I had in front of me somebody which is really good at doing visualization, but a bit afraid to show the sketches. That's why just using those kind of digital tools to do projects. It's a way to do, but it's losing a bit creativity from my position. So I always need to see those sketches to see from where the idea is coming from, and to the final product. After you can put visual like that, it's pretty cool. But
I think you made the right experience, because it helps us also to give you the best advice. I think it's quite interesting also, because some people have the tendency to think, oh, yeah, let's just put the beauty shot, you know, just the beauty shot. But guys like Simon or Stéphane also want to see, as Stéphane say, what is inside your head, you know, what's happening inside here. And sketching most of the time are genuine thoughts, you know.
Even more interesting, and it pushed the imagination of people as well. They can, you know, with sketch they can imagine.
This, if you stop here, can you go back 1 or 2 pages? I mean, why you don't send me that before? This I like, this kind of page where you have only side views, like all the side views, because it means you need only one actually. That he tried to go further on his project, you know, to really think in each angle how it's gonna look like from the side view. And we used to, I mean, as exterior designer, side view is everything, it's proportion and everything, and it's how you start to understand what you are doing. So this is good to show it, this kind of stuff for me.
Yeah, definitely. I continue to go through the portfolio. I think it's quite a lot of pages.
Yeah, there is a lot of pages.
But
yeah, but to be honest, I prefer that than to see a chassis or visual like that at the end.
Yeah.
This is cool, but this is the part when you're, as an exterior designer, you won't do that. You will never have time to do that. All this visual. Give this to the other people who are paid for that. Just show your work. This is cool. You put 1 page with at the end like visualization, but that's all. The rest is your own work, and I know he's doing that, but at the end he won't be able to do that. Maybe as a student you have time, but as a worker, when you have meeting with engineer and stuff like that, you don't have time to do visualization, to do your own file and everything. So,
but I have a question, since you know a little bit Sean. What is his aim? Because I also check in his text, and thanks again Sean for the text, was really good to read, that he's having such a big range of skills. But I have also the feeling that even him don't know yet what he really wants to do, you know? And you see it also in the portfolio, because it's like, for me, there are 3 really good portfolio inside one.
That's a good video and stuff like that, making video and
exterior.
I mean, yeah.
But that's a good question already, and I'm pretty sure he knows exactly what he wants to do. He wants to be exterior designer and like kind of conceptual designer.
Okay.
So he doesn't like to go too much like into engineering or visualization, but the portfolio, you know, it's always the same. Like you have to, if you know exactly what you want, just go 100% for it into the communication, because otherwise can be like you open the wrong opportunities.
Yeah, and you bring confusion. Look, for Stéphane, and I am not an exterior designer, and I mean I was in the time, but not as Stéphane. And I can imagine, okay, it's cool. We saw your pickup. We saw so much visualization, but I think 1 or 2 pictures would be really enough. Yes. I think you need to be also confident into sometimes trust yourself. Choose 2, but trust yourself. The 2 that you choose, if you decide it well, they are the right one. Don't worry about it. I mean, I'm happy today that we have so much picture.
The point, those pictures, they should not be hide. He can show them, but he can put it on his Behance, for example. You know, you have Behance, you have everything there. When people are interested, then they click on internet, they can go through. But the portfolio, it's a condense of your own work. So it doesn't have to be everything. He's giving everything.
It's like in the speed dating, you know, imagine portfolio being your visit card for a future speed dating. You know that anyway, you will not have so much time to seduce the person in the front of you. And here, look, we don't have so much time, but thinking like a speed dating, don't come with all the detail in the speed dating. I mean, yeah, exactly, all your life.
Keep secrets.
Yeah, exactly, you will scare people, you know? And keep some secret, you know, keep some room for secret. It's also what tells to the people that you are confident enough. And if they question, you know, one part of your profile or one part of your work, here, bring it back. In the same, we often say this with Simon. Anyway, any application is a step process. You cannot see this application just with the portfolio. you need to, even if the portfolio is amazingly good, you need to see it as a different step, like in a relationship. You will send the portfolio, then maybe you will have a virtual call, then maybe you will go on place, meet the people. Every time think about what can I bring new, and you know that the person slowly start to know me. This, I think it's the first problematic what we are facing with Sean. No matter the high skill that you have, I'm really happy to have a profile like Sean today.
Really,
But look,
really impressive.
Yeah, it's mind blowing.
I don't know how many pages we have.
You can print a book, but yeah, I think again, like he is really talented in concept, in shaping, also designing everything. But yeah, he can reduce by twice.
I want to meet Sean.
His portfolio.
I want to meet you, Sean.
We will review the profile and portfolio of Young, who is also Korean, South Korean. And his profile, as you said, like is quite different than the others.
He studied in the UK, right?
Yes, he did study in UK.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, in Coventry.
Okay.
So he was studying there, and he's looking for an exterior design position. But as you will see in his portfolio, he has also a certain talents for this. To me, for the UX and kind of user experience, diving the people into a context, into a scenario. He has these skills that I guess he can value quite much into the industry, and more because the products are not all, there is the experience around the product.
Yeah.
And he kind of paint the whole context, all around the car. So this is his approach, his profile. So let's dive in it and have a first look.
Yeah, it was my first impression when I watched it. Also, the first comment is he's not like a stylist designer. He's more really deeping inside the experience, the user experience of each project, and going really deeply inside.
I don't know all his projects, so I just want to dive inside one.
Again, choose one.
Choose one, Stéphane. Which one you go for?
Go for the first one, the Volvo, because the capsule is not a car, actually, the second one.
Is it some kind of portfolio you like to see at Porsche, and especially in exterior design, or is it something like completely unexpected? And
It's unexpected. We're gonna watch it. I think it's pretty cool. There is a lot of like I say, it's a lot of, there is sketches. I like it. It's cool. A lot of content. There was a small critic because I went through everything, to be honest. I wanted to see all the projects.
Yeah,
and there is a lot of similarity of, you can see this is a positive points, then it's the same person who work on all of these projects. They are all connected somehow. They all have the same quality. There is not a project which is less qualitative than the other one. It's really all really well done, really well worked, but they have really this how you say, this emotional effect at the end. I don't know if you see all of them. They have an interior design with some colors, some plants, some nature, they are really like poetic somehow, and this is cool, but it's disturbing somehow in other points. I don't know if you know what I mean.
I know what you mean.
It's something that can be also a good advice, is to maybe bring this emotion at the last visuals, but first focus on the product. If you like to be like more going into exterior design or even properly interior design, so don't bring too much emotions directly from the beginning. Like when you explain like the approach of the product, maybe it's better to stay like a bit more focused on the product and then bring it into the scenario. But
I know what you mean, Stéphane, but I need to be fair also. I don't know which advice to give to the people who really have this, this DNA style. I know that it's half-half, because some people inside some studios will say, I cannot project myself. And some other people will say, okay, it's the right person for me because actually I want to develop this kind of style. So I don't know.
I mean, where he's gonna apply. You know, I will be honest, with a portfolio like that, in the brand like Porsche, it won't fit, for example, in my eyes, because it's too conceptual, too far from the original shape of a car, for example, you know, because I had also a comment, all of this project is developing the concept, but he's not really focusing on the surfacing of a car, or the proportion, or the stuff, you know. There is a lot of it's a lot of facet project, for example. There is no only just the surface treatment, it's everything really like edgy, you see here, for example, and but it's not a critic, it's just a different personality. It has really a strong personality, but he should know also where he's applying to, or you have to apply in a department where they're looking for people like that to have really an open mind for new ideas, you know. And for example, I'm doing like cars for the street. I'm doing like facelift cars and stuff like that. So we don't ask me to do that. You know, it's not my job. That's why I say for me, it won't be somebody fitting to what I'm doing right now. That's why.
Yeah, definitely, and I think this is we're not here working all for Porsche, just to but I think but you're totally right, and you don't need to take it wrong. If any brand like Jaguar or Porsche, you say will not be a fit, doesn't mean that it's you the problem. Sometimes it's the reality, you know, of the DNA that the studio want to develop, and I think is what Stéphane is expressing.
Yes,
definitely. The team where you want to go.
Yeah, exactly.
I know, at Volkswagen, Porsche a bit less because we were smaller, but like what Simon is doing, you know, there is people who are gonna do like just components or just wheels, and they don't need to be so creative. They just have to be effective. They just have to have an idea and develop it. And but there is another team where the people need to have these ideas to develop. Then it's gonna go further on concept car or show cars, and after to the series through some other step. But we need people like that for sure. But,
I had quite the same. I had the same problem when I was at the time applying for a job. That I put everything with fashion, you know, and I was loving yachts. And sometimes the people, they were, I like what you do, but I don't know what to do with you. So this is also sometimes better to not go to a brand where someone don't know how to let you fit inside the team, because you will maybe lose the time and the people will not value, you know, you. So here also one of my comments, it was, okay, the website is amazing, but especially when I did dive into the project, I think the website should be maybe the mood, you know, because here the website is like just gray. And I think if you put effort into making a website, maybe already the website can be the mood, you know. If you really find your style and find your colors, make your website the right support for your work. And then you can come down a little bit the slide of your project. Because this is also one point that I had for Jung here. His website was such a cool idea. But I have the same feeling like when I was just before into the PDF of Sean or Maxime, you know. And it's pity because the project, Jung, your project, they are really, really having a lot of potential to deep dive into your universe. And even for people like Stéphane or other brands or other leaders, you know, we will be watching your profile. Maybe will not be a direct fit, but I think some people will just like to meet you, to discuss with you, because of the attention that you put to the detail. But for me, maybe the website need to be a little bit closer to the mood that you want to express. Yeah,
and sometimes when you express also like experience, it's good to have like fixed visuals, but it's even better to have like you know, sometimes a little animatics says much more than 10 pictures in a row. So maybe it could be a good idea also
especially when you do it on the website, a bit moving. There is one project actually which is pretty cool in my eyes, designer-wise, the Mercedes-Benz Innocent, the bottom one.
Which one, Stéphane?
Here on the right side, Mercedes-Benz.
Okay, yeah.
Because this is something which we are more looking for. You know, you have a bit of inspiration, introduction, sketches. This is, you know, maybe for some people it's boring, but this is for me what is efficient. You know, it's not too long. there is visual, there's sketches, you understand the stuff. There's also a bit of volume there. Maybe the final product is after, it's just matter of taste, but
exactly.
then you understand more, you know. And there is other one which are really, really conceptual.
And you have sometimes he's really focusing on the sketches, on the volumes, and then he brings the let's say the user experience and the mood.
I want to express something. I don't know if Stéphane, you will be sensitive for this, but when I see the profile of Sean and Young here, I realize, and I see it from so many talent from the cycle, that more and more guys and girls don't want to just fit inside one box, you know, like exterior design. I see more and more multidisciplinary people who have exterior and a little bit of UX, you know, or interior and a little bit of this motion, almost graphic designer. Is it something, Stéphane, that even at Porsche you see inside the application more and more, or is it just me?
No, we see more and more people who want to do everything. But this is my point, you know. When you are focusing too much on everything, you are losing quality of the main topic, what you're supposed to do.
And clarity.
Because you are dividing your working time in three to do everything. So you can't spend so much time on the design proper to have something really unique, really the idea, the concept, and develop it and bring it on the object, this stuff, you know, the visual effects.
Yes, I found
spend a lot of time on the visual, make the rendering, to find the right shader and everything. This is we didn't have that back in the days for us, so we had to sell ourselves with just sketches and a basic visualization. Now this is so easy to make not to misunderstand, but the shitty car looks awesome just because of this shading, this shadow, this lighting. This is kind of it's tricking our eyes, you know, so we want to look deeper, and then it's a bit disturbing, I have to say.
Yes, that's why you need really to clarify your message, what you really want to do, who you really want to be, and then really put all the effort to select the right visuals or the right communication setup. Because at the end of the day, your portfolio is just the message you send. And it needs to be clear.
Yeah, definitely. But I have another opinion into this. I'm totally aligned with you. And while we are discussing, just to let you understand, I'm also self-reflecting. And I think it's true. I think it's better that you really analyze the context where either the company or the person that you want to show your work to is. Because at the end of the day, you will talk to someone with already inside the industry, you will ask for his or her time. So maybe apply a little bit less. I don't want to be misunderstood, but don't try to apply everywhere. Select well, because I am in your side, you know, for most of you who don't know, am I more exterior, am I more experienced designer? But we need to be realistic to the market. And actually the market, it's really hardcore. There are a lot of talented people all around the world, and to be unique, it's way harder than your time, guys, than my time. So yeah, anyway, I think the where we have this common point with Stéphane, Simon and me is that no matter what, analyze even more. Analyze more, be better than the ChatGPT, you know, to analyze the company. Don't stop at the definition or the little resume that ChatGPT give you. Put a little bit of brain over this result and try to ask yourself the right question, because behind all those applications, there are human beings, like Stéphane, like Simon, like me, and it's true. We need to one point touch their heart where it will give them this feeling that they need you inside their team.
Yeah, I think you are right. Like the portfolio should not be a collection of projects. It should show also like personality and also the way to work, the process, and so on. I guess like
this is the first slide of your personality. You know, it's the first contact to the people you will have before to talk to them. So this is have to be the first selling point of view. How we can say that? Yeah,
definitely.
We are close to the end.
and we're already close to the end. It was fast.
Yeah, it's true. And we had
Quite a good talk.
Yes, I want to just ask maybe Stéphane before we quit. What will be your advice to the young generation who is seeking to enter this automotive industry and especially exterior design?
Not just at Porsche in general.
Not just as Porsche, but as an expert in exterior design, which will be your advice, your final advice to cut or to close this session?
I think I say the same also all the time. Try to be yourself, but also try to be different than the other one. So being yourself, I mean, your portfolio is like I say, it's part of you, and it's difficult to say. Try to be unique in what you are presenting, and not hiding yourself behind a portfolio. So it has to be you and not somebody else, because you should not lie to yourself. You will regret it somehow later on. You know, like this example, want to do too much, at the end you won't be happy. You know, if you want to touch all the brands, there is some brand which you want to go, then focus on those brands, and then it's gonna work. You know.
I think it goes for the general maybe feedback that we can give into those three portfolio. Again, Young, thank you so much for submitting your profile and for your trust also. The general comment, I think, is this one: try to have a deep thought into what you really want to do. We saw it with the profile of Sean. You can have bunch of skills and we are happy about it, but when you are into applying, it needs to be a genuine move. It's like, again, I retake the speed dating. When you go meet this person, you know, always think, even if it's a brand behind there, this person that you want to touch. You maybe don't know her yet, but prepare yourself, you know, into, okay, I know the context of the company or the ecosystem of the company. I know what I want to bring. It's important that you know also what you want to bring to the team. Nevertheless, also choose the right medium. This will be my feedback. We saw it with Young. We saw it also a little bit with the Maxime, the portfolio of Maxime. Choose well the medium where you want to communicate. We saw also a video around Sean. I want to also mention that the video was amazingly well done, but I don't know if the direction was the perfect. There's so much stuff inside your video that I like, but I think the next step for you will be to just retake over your script from this video and try now with the feedback of Stéphane and the one from Simon and me, just to write down differently the story of this video, because it was banger, really. I love the music.
So I think I want to thank all the talents, so Maxime, Sean and Young. I want to thank you also, Stéphane, for being here with us today and sharing your really good tips. You know, I think this will help a lot the community. And I like to also invite you to the next episode. We're gonna do this every month now.
Yeah.
And this will be our time to just discuss, have fun, and be constructive.
Thank you, Stéphane. You is far but close to our heart. And we can wrap up.
Yes, let's grow the skills, let's grow the club. Ciao.
Ciao.